Hello dear students, I am Samir Velankar and I welcome all of you to this video in which we will be solving some GATE questions on the topic minimum cost spanning tree. In fact, I am going to solve some GATE questions in general on the greedy algorithms. And you all know that this minimum cost spanning tree is found by using greedy algorithm. Two algorithms which we saw were Kruskal's algorithm and second one was Prim's algorithm. Let's see GATE 2011 question asked on minimum cost spanning tree. Read out the question. Is an undirected graph G which has vertices and edges V comma E contains n nodes. So n vertices are there and it is given that number of vertices are greater than 2. So at least 3 vertices have to be there named as V1, V2 up to Vn. Now two nodes Vi and Vj are connected. If this is Vi and this is Vj, they have an edge. They are connected if and only if I minus j, this number I minus j absolute value is between 0 and 2. So difference between the indexes of these vertices should not be more than 2 and neither be less than 0. The difference between the indices. So as an example, if we have vertex v1 and vertex v2, they will be adjacent, isn't it? Because 1 minus 2, observe difference between their indices. 1 minus 2, the absolute value of this 1 minus 2 is 1 and it is indeed between 0 and 2. Just check out this, that the difference between the indices of the vertices should be between 0 and 2. So similarly, even v1 and v3 will be adjacent because 1 minus 3 or 3 minus 1, whatever you take, is 2. So 3 and 2 also will be adjacent because 2 minus 3 is just 1. But if you take v4, one more vertex, then 1 and 4 will not be adjacent because the difference between their indices is more than 2. But 3 and 4 will be adjacent and 4 and 2 will be adjacent, isn't it? So that is what they are saying. When are the two vertices adjacent? When they have an edge. And they are also saying that the edge vi vj is assigned a weight I plus j. So as an example, example graph of n equal to 4 vertices is shown below. Now it is understood that y v1 has an edge to v3, but v1 does not have an edge to v4. You observe, because difference between 1 and 3 is just 2 and it is between 0 and 2. And watch the weight. Weight between v1 and v3 is 4, because if you add these indices 1 plus 3, the weight is 4. So this particular graph as an example has been given is a 4 vertex graph. Then the question asked is that what will be the cost of minimum spanning tree MST of such graph with n nodes? And they have given us a few options. That means we can easily find, no doubt, we can find out the minimum cost spanning tree of this graph just orally in few seconds. You know that in the minimum cost spanning tree, minimum edge has to be taken. So this edge which has minimum weight will be taken. Next minimum is this 4 will be taken, isn't it, by us in this minimum cost spanning tree. Now the next minimum is this 5, just observe. But we can't take this edge. We cannot take this because this will cause a cycle. So although 5 is minimum, we can't take it yet. We have to throw away this edge. So next minimum is the 6. And this is not going to cause the cycle. So how many edges have you added? 1, 2, and 3. And there are 4 vertices. Remember, in a 4 vertex graph, if you are creating a tree, in a 4 vertex graph, if you are creating a tree, then there can be only 3 edges. That means if v vertices are there, there can be only v minus 1 edges in the tree. So the tree that we have got, minimum cost spanning tree that we have got, is v1 to v3 is connected, v1 to v2 is connected, and v2 to v4 is connected with the weights 4, 3, and 6. So the total we have got here is 13. isn't it? 10 plus 3, 13 we have got. This is the cost. Now, in which formula does this suit, or does this fit? Isn't it? If you check the first formula, it is 1 by 12 into 11 into n square. Now, n square over here is 4 square, isn't it? Because there are 4 vertices in the given graph, minus 5 into 4, because 5 into n is the first option. So if you solve this, this is going to give us 11 into 16 minus 20. Now, if you actually solve this, if you actually solve this, you are not going to get the answer 13. You just check this on your own. Or shall we solve this? What is going to be 11 into 16, or 16 into 11 is 66, and this is going to be 176. So 176 minus 20 it is. 176 minus 20 is going to be 156. So 156 divided by 12, isn't it? 12 ones are 12 and 12 threes are 36. Oh, good Lord. We are getting 13 as the answer. You see this, that minimum cost of this tree for 4 vertices is 13 we found. 4 plus 3 plus 6. And it fits in the first formula. If you put this in the first formula, it fits. And indeed 156 upon 12 is 13, isn't it? But does it fit in the second formula? Don't be in a hurry to tick the answer. You just check the second formula also. You remember that the minimum cost we got is 13, isn't it? So does this 13 also is given by the second formula? Now the second formula is n square, so that will be 4 square, correct? Minus 4, because minus n plus 1. So 16 minus 4 plus 1, that is also 13. That means both first and second answers are giving the minimum cost. But does the third option suit us? 6n minus 11. Just checking 6n minus 11 should give us 13, the minimum cost. But 6n here will be 24. 6 into 4 and minus 11. You check, even this is giving 13 as the answer. What a question. And then last option is 2n plus 1. Now 2n plus 1 here will be 8 plus 1, because 4 vertices. That's 9. So at least the last option is not correct. But all the first 3 options are valid. But we have to select only one option, isn't it? What? What a question, isn't it? So what you should do, first when you will check for 4 vertices, believe me, this is not going to take a lot of time during gate exam, because constructing minimum cost spanning tree by selecting minimum edges is done in no time, few seconds, and then you find out 10 plus 3 is 13, and then replace these formulas and see all are valid, isn't it? A, B, and C are valid. D is obviously not valid. So what you do is you add one more vertex to this. You go on for 5 vertices. This is just an example graph given, isn't it? There can be any number of vertices. You add fifth vertex. So will 4 and 5 be adjacent? Yes, because difference between their indices is just 1. And recall the condition for the adjacency, that I minus j should be between 0 and 2, isn't it? And what will be the weight here? Yes, 9, because addition of the indices I plus j is the weight. What else will be adjacent? 3 and 5 will be adjacent, you see, because the difference between 3 and 5 is 2. And the weight over here will be 8, 3 plus 5. That's it then. 2 and 5 cannot be adjacent because difference is 3 here. 1 and 5 obviously cannot be adjacent. So only 4 and fourth vertex and third vertex can be adjacent. Now you have got one more vertex. Now you watch, if there is V5 also. If there is V5 also in our discussion, then only 3 to 3 to 5 can be connected, because this is having minimum. You won't connect this 9, isn't it? 4 to 5. You won't connect this. And by the way, if you connect this, then there will be a cycle. Check that. After connecting 8, after connecting 3 and 5 with a weight 8, you will not connect 4 and 5, because if you connect 4 and 5 with a weight 9, there will be a cycle. Check out that. 4 to 5, go from 4 to 5, 5 to 3, 3 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 back to 4. There is clearly a cycle here, so you can't add this. By the way, you have 5 vertices and now you have added 4 edges. That's it. This is the tree that you are having. Now, what is the cost of this tree? Previously, we had 4 plus 6, 10 plus 3, 13 plus 8, 21. So the cost of this is 21. Now you will see that this 21, fits only in the option B. If you solve the first formula, that is 1 by 12 into, now we have got 11 into 25, because n square is 5 square, minus 5 into 5, 5n, that is 25. If you solve this, you will not get 21. I am not solving it. But if you solve n square, the second option is n square, that is 5 square, 25, minus 5 plus 1. You will see that the answer over here indeed is 21. And 6n minus 11, check the third option, option C. 6n here means 6 into 5, that is 30, minus 11. That will give you the answer as 19, isn't it? It won't give you 21. So option B is correct. So indeed, you have to first check using the graph given. Okay, you can check using the graph given very quickly. This is the minimum cost tree, correct? And you will get the cost here as 13. And then you fit in the formula here with n equal to 4, because you are having 4 vertices. You will see A, B, C, all 3 options are valid. But then don't get afraid, because by adding only one vertex, you are going to get extra 2 edges, which will be weight 9 and weight 8. And you know that this cannot be added in the tree. With this edge shown, and this edge shown, now only one more edge can be added. So you can easily get the new cost when n is 5, then the cost is 21, and with 21 only option B fits, so B is valid. I hope you have understood this. Now the second question is the linked question to GATE 2011. It is related to the previous question, and the question asked is that the length of the path from V5 to V6 in minimum spanning tree of the previous question with n equal to 10. That means now they are asking us to imagine that there are 10 vertices, and they are asking the length of the path from V5 to V6 in the tree. They are asking, not in the graph. In the tree they are asking. Like as an example, just as an example, if this was the only graph, not 10 vertices, imagine this is the graph, then what will be the tree? The tree will be V3 is connected to V1 with a weight 4, V1 to V2, come on, this must be there, this is minimum, 3 is minimum, and then 5 cannot be added because this will cause a cycle. So you went for next minimum, which is 6, correct? Isn't it so? That means V3 and V4 are not connected at all in our tree. Okay, and now if the question asked was, what is the path, cost of the path from V3 to V4? So you will be saying it is 4 plus 3, 7 plus 6, which is 13. Are you understanding? But now they have said that the graph has 10 vertices, n is 10. And what will be the cost of the path from V5? There is a vertex V5 to V6, isn't it? And such V7, V8, V9, and V10. So many vertices are now there. Now don't waste your time by drawing all the edges. First of all, you just see that if you add an edge, add V5, then V4 and V5 will be connected with 9, and V3 and V5 will be connected with 8. And now you just talk about V6. V5 and V6 will be connected with a weight of 11, correct? And V6 and V7 will be connected, because again the difference between the indices is 1, with a weight of 13. 6 plus 7, and V6 and V8 will be connected with a weight 14. Just don't go very far. You just check V5 and V7 also will be connected, isn't it? Yes, because the difference between the indices is 2, and the weight of this edge will be 12. Just check further, V6 will not be connected to any other vertex, because now the differences is more than 2, isn't it? And they are asking us what is the path, cost of the path from V5 to V6. They are asking in the tree. They are asking in the tree. Just listen very carefully. So first of all, if you find out the minimum cost spanning tree, are you understanding? 3 will be there, minimum weight, then 4 will be there, correct? Next minimum, then 5 can't be there. This will create a cycle. Then you will have to add 6, correct? Because this is next minimum. 7 cannot be added. This will cause a cycle. Then you will add this 8 to connect V5. And you won't add this 9 because this is surely then going to cause a cycle. And now you want to connect V5 to V6, correct or not? Now, while connecting V5 to V6, you will surely choose this 11 because this is minimum amongst all. Are you understanding? So this is the minimum, isn't it? I mean, why will you do something like you will connect V5 to V7 and then V7 to V6 and say now the path is 25? Because in our tree surely this edge will be there, and they are asking us what is the path length of the path in our tree. Once you finish constructing the tree from v5 to v6, the answer should be 11. Look, you didn't have to go very far further to create the entire graph. First of all, you just add v5 and v6 and some vertices like v7 and v8 further. Just see that there are very few edges, and when you construct the tree only up to v6, only up to v6 you come while constructing the tree, and you will say, oh good lord, v5 and v6 are connected with an edge and they are asking us the path from v5 to v6. So the answer has to be, I hope you have understood both these questions linked. Very interesting question, isn't it? And let's meet in the next video and solve some more gate questions asked on minimum cost spanning tree. Thank you very much.